Namaskar. In this video we will see how to navigate between the directories. There are different ways of navigating between the directories. So we will use the command, we first see the commands that we will use for navigating the directories, and then we will see the two ways of navigating between the directories. So let's proceed. Now once you create a directory, now if you want to navigate between the directories, so how do you do that? So navigating directory is very important. You need to know how to navigate between the directories. So if you are using a pure command line interface, then you need to know this command very well so that you can navigate between the directories. So we use the command cd to navigate through the directory. The pwd command tells you what is your present working directory. So if you have changed the directory somewhere else and you want to know in which directory you are, you can use the pwd command for checking the present working directory. And to change the directory, we use the command cd. So you can provide the directory name after cd, and that you will be moved to that particular directory. So let's see how to navigate between the directories. Let's see the demonstration for navigating directories. So now we will see the navigating commands cd. How to use the cd command to navigate between the directories. The very first command we will see is pwd. Pwd stands for present working directory. It will show you where are you currently in your directories. So pwd command, when you type the pwd command, it shows you the present working directory. So here you can see you are presently in the home directory, and within home directory you are in the student directory. Now if we change the directory, now say for example if you want to move to some other directory, so say we had created these two directories dir2 and dir3 in the previous video. So now we will use the same directory for navigation. So we will move to directory 2. So we will change the directory to directory 2. So now here you can see the directory name in which we have changed to. So now if you want to check what is the present working directory, so we use the command pwd. So pwd will show you the entire path where we are currently or presently. So this is how we use the pwd command to find out the present working directory, and the cd command to change the directory, that is to navigate between the directories. So this is how we navigate through the directories using the cd command, and we saw how the pwd command shows you what is the present working directory. Now while navigating the directory, we have two ways how we can navigate through the directory. One is the absolute path, where we define the entire path of the directory using slashes. So if your directory is somewhere within the directory in the subdirectories, then we specify the entire path. That is what is called as the absolute file path. We can also navigate through the directory using the relative file path. So this is an example of absolute file path. So we specify the entire path. Now here, as Linux uses the virtual directory structure, we don't provide the drive name as in case of Windows. So in Windows you can see there is a drive name, drive letter provided in which drive the file is existing. But here in Linux we don't have any drive letters. So Linux follows what is called as the virtual directory structure, and hence whatever path we show in Linux starts with a slash, that is what is the root directory, and within the root directory we provide the subdirectories and whatever the location of your file is. So this is what is the absolute path. Then we have the relative path. Relative path allows you to specify the path relating to the current directory. Now to specify the relative path, here we don't use the entire path structure or entire path name. We make use of dots. The relative path can be used in different scenarios. So while using the relative path, we make use of a dot, a single dot or a double dot, where a single dot indicates that it is the current directory, whereas a double dot indicates that this particular directory is a part of some other directory. That means if you see two dots in your current directory, that means this current directory has a parent directory. So let's see the demonstration of this. how to work with absolute and relative path. So let's see the demonstration of absolute and relative path. Now, in the previous videos we had created two directories, directory 2 and directory 3, and within these directories we had created subdirectories. So if you want to view the subdirectories of the directories, so we can use the command ls and the directory name, so that shows you what is there in the subdirectory. So now if you want to move to D2, so or if you want to navigate to D2, so usually we use the command cd dir2 enter, then cd d2 enter. So this is how usually we enter into D2 or we reach D2 directory. So instead of doing this, what we can do is we can use the absolute path. So when you are using the absolute path, you can simply use cd and provide the path, complete path here, in which directory you want to navigate or in which directory you want to go to. So here I give the complete path, so cd dir2/d2, and you will be directly taken to that particular directory. So whatever the number of directories are in this, or whatever number of subdirectories you have, you don't have to worry. So you can simply use the absolute path and you can come out of, or you can reach to that particular subdirectory using the absolute path. So we'll see one more example. And before that, we will create a directory within the D2. So we already have dir2, this is the main directory, and within that we have D2, and within this we will create one more directory, that is say D21, or say we create a directory dir and enter. So now we already have the directory dir2 d2, and within that we have created the third directory dir. So let's see whether this directory is created or not. So now we will directly jump to dir by using the absolute path. So we'll use the entire path dir2/d2/dir. So if the directory is created, we will be directly jumping into the dir directory, otherwise it will throw an error. So here we go. So we have directly jumped into dir directory, and this is how we use the absolute path. Now how do we use the relative path? Now relative path is very important when we want to copy a file or a directory from one directory to another directory. When we have subdirectories and in different locations, there we make use of relative path. So say for example, we will just shift, so we will just come out of this, and let's see if we have any files. So yeah, so we have this file, and now we will go to dir2/d2. so currently we are in D2. Now if we want to copy this sc to this current directory, so for copying we use the command cp. So if you want to copy this sc.txt to this directory, now to do that we have two ways. Either you come out of this directory and use the cp command for copying the file txt and provide a destination dir2/d2, or you can be in this directory. Now say for example, we'll do this cp sc.txt. So this is the destination dir2 and d2. So now let's see whether the file has been copied or not. We'll use the absolute path and enter, and here we can see that the file has been copied. Now if you want, now without using the path, or now there is one more way. Now for copying this file from here to within D2, that is the subdirectory, we had to come out of these directory locations and to come to the file location, and from the file location we copied into the D2. Now instead of doing that, if you are in the directory, that is dir2 and d2. So if you want to copy the file here without leaving the current directory, and in that case, now here we need to come out of this directory and copy again, follow the same step. Now if you want to come out of this directory, you will have to type twice cd ... and cd ... That means we are moving to the parent directory. So instead of doing this, we can use the relative path, and let's see how the relative path works. Now we want to copy these t.txt, that is 2 levels outside this directory. So now we are within d2. So if you want to come out of d2, we use the command cd ... So we come out of d2 and we are in dir2, and again to come out of this we use the cd ... command. That means we have used twice ... So what we will do is we will use cp ... // and now this means that the first ... will take you out from d2, the second ... will take you out from dir2, and now you will be in the home directory after you come out of this, that is here in the home directory, and your t.txt file lies in the home directory. And now we will copy this t.txt. Now where do you want to copy this file? So we want to copy this file in directory d2. So d2, now we are currently in d2, so we use the current directory, that is dot. So remember the slide, a single dot represent the current directory and a double dot represent the parent directory. So by using this double dot, we are shifting one level up. So the first double dots will shift you from d2 to dir2, and the second double dots will shift you from dir2 to your home directory, and from there we are copying this t.txt, and the single dot gives you the destination. So the cp command requires a source and a destination, and we are providing the destination, and now we'll press the enter key. So now let's see whether the t.txt has been copied or not. So we'll type ls, and yes, we can see that the t.txt has been copied. So using this kind of path is absolute path, where we are specifying the full path, and using these kinds of path is the relative path, where we don't have to specify the entire path, rather than we use the representation of dots to represent the parent directory. So this is how you see how we can navigate through the directories using the absolute path and the relative path. So in the next video we will see how to handle the files. So there are various file handling commands that one has to know if you want to use your system completely. So if you want to create the copy of file, if you want to delete a file, if you want to move a file from one location to another, or you want to check the permissions of the files, there are many such file handling commands that we are going to see. Thanks for watching the video. If you have liked the video, please click on the like button and share your views and suggestions with us by writing in the comment section below, and encourage us by subscribing to our channel, and please do not forget to click on the alert bell so that you don't miss our upcoming videos on our channel. So see you in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you.